Hi, I'm Jose Armenta, and this is your Federal Employee Benefits, where we cover topics in helping first federal employees make smart financial decisions. Now, today we're going to be covering the things you need to do 1 year out from retirement, or at least 1 year out from retirement. Okay, these are major important things that you have to be considering when retirement's right around the corner. All right, now if you're new here, hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. Now let's get started. Now, the number one thing that you should do when retirement is around the corner is consider working with a professional. Now, I know that sounds self-serving, okay, but whether you decide to work with me or any other certified financial planner, consider working with someone who has experience, who has expertise, and who can help you navigate this new chapter of your life. Okay, it just makes sense. You would hire a professional for doing anything that you didn't understand, like if you had an electrical problem or a mechanical problem, right? You would hire an expert so you don't screw things up. Same rule applies here. Now, the next thing you should do, okay, item number 2 on this list is start to define your retirement goals. Okay, you should already know when you plan on retiring, what retirement is going to look like. Okay, are you moving somewhere new? Okay, are you going to work in retirement part-time? Are you going to volunteer? Okay, start to really paint the picture of what this next chapter looks like. Okay, so that you can start to plan. Okay, number 3, confirm your retirement eligibility. Okay, when retirement's right around the corner, you want to be talking to your HR. You want to get your retirement projections, okay, and figuring out what your retirement income is going to look like and ensuring that you are eligible for retirement. Number 4, find out where you're at financially. Okay, at the very least, you're going to want to have a budget, and not just a budget for right now, but a budget projecting what your income and expenses will be like once you retire. Okay, now a good way to practice this is to practice living off of what your retirement income will be. Okay, if you've already got that retirement projection and you have already projected what your retirement is going to be, then start living off of it. Okay, pretend that you're in retirement and see, are you comfortable with that amount of income and expenses? Number 5, tighten up your finances. Okay, you do not want to go into retirement with some financial loose ends that you could have tightened up when you had more flexibility and maybe more income. Okay, so any high interest debt, get rid of it. Okay, now I'm not talking about your mortgage, your home mortgage. For most of us, okay, we probably have a very low interest rate, and so it's considered good debt. But I'm talking about bad debt, okay, high interest debt. You don't want to be paying anything, 10% or more interest in retirement. Try to pay that off, be aggressive. Okay, number 6, estimate what your retirement income will be. Now, you should have your first pension estimate. Get your Social Security estimate. Okay, you can get that from socialsecurity.gov. Make an account, pull your Social Security estimate from there. Now, realize it's only an estimate. Okay, it's not final, and they take some assumptions in there. Okay, but that's beyond the scope of this video. Get that Social Security estimate, get your first pension estimate, and then start to think about your withdrawal strategy. Are you going to use the 4% rule? Okay, if you don't know what that is, go and check my video out on the 4% rule. Are you going to use the bucket strategy? If you don't know what that is, go and check out my video on the bucket strategy. But start to think about what kind of withdrawal strategy you're going to use with your TSP. Number 7, start to decide on whether you're going to elect a survivor benefit. Okay, if you're married, you're going to have your spouse sign off on not electing a benefit. Okay, but start to decide, are you going to utilize or are you going to elect a survivor benefit? Okay, you have 2 options. You can leave a 50% survivor benefit. If you were to die, your spouse would have 50% of your first pension, or you can leave a 25% benefit. Okay, these have costs. Okay, they have some major costs, so make sure you understand the benefit and the cost of the survivor benefit. Now, number 8, make sure you understand the first supplement. Okay, if you're retiring before age 62, you may be eligible for an extra paycheck, the first supplement. So make sure you understand it. And if you are eligible, make sure you're including that when you're estimating your retirement income. All right, number 9, start to decide on your Social Security claiming strategy. Okay, if you're retiring close to age 62, then you're going to be eligible for Social Security soon. And start to decide whether it makes sense for you to claim at the earliest age possible, 62, or wait until your full retirement age, okay, which may be 66, or whether it makes sense to postpone and get the most money possible at age 70. Okay, so there are some benefits and some cons to any strategy, but try to understand these strategies. Okay, if you haven't seen my video on Social Security and when you should claim it, go and watch that video. Start to do some research and understand the different strategies and what may make sense for you. Okay, number 10, which is related to number 9, know the Medicare rules. Okay, there are some rules. There are some penalties for not signing up for Medicare on time. If you sign up late, there can be some penalties. So make sure you understand when you should sign up for Medicare, if you should sign up for Medicare, and the Medicare surcharges, okay, which are if you're a higher income earner, this is only relevant for higher income earners, then you may have to pay more. So there could be some tax planning that's involved in this. Okay, so there's a lot to consider. If you haven't started researching this, go and watch my video on if federal employees should enroll in Medicare. I have an article also on it. Do some research and make sure you understand whether it makes sense for you to enroll in Medicare, and if so, when would be the best time for you to do that. Okay, number 11, ensure you know the FEHB and FEGLI rules. And you should have made yourself familiar with these 5 years before retirement, because there's a 5-year rule. But hey, it's better late than never. So if you don't know the 5-year rule for FHB and FEGLI, make sure that you educate yourself on that. Have a video on that. I have some articles on that, because in order for you to maintain your coverage in your health insurance, FHB, and in FEGLI, if you have life insurance, you're going to need to be eligible for that. And there's a 5-year rule. Okay, you need to be enrolled in both of these insurances at least for 5 years before retirement. So make sure you understand that before you retire. Okay, number 12. Review your TSP allocation, your mix of investments. Okay, if you're getting ready to retire, understand that how your investments, how you have your investments invested should be different in retirement than it was when you were working. Okay, you have different risks and different needs in retirement. So how you're investing should match this new stage in your life. Okay, so start to decide and make sure that the investment mix you have is in line with the TSP withdrawal strategy that you have decided to use. Okay. Last but not least, review your official personnel file. Okay, it can take time to correct errors. So this is not something you want to hold off on until 1 week before retirement. Try to do this as soon as possible. Review your official personnel file, especially if you have bought military time back or have had a interruption in your service. Okay, if you had left federal service and then come back and there's a break in service, there may be some errors there. So ensuring that everything's correct is essential at least a year out from retirement, so that you have time to rectify any errors. Giving yourself enough time to plan for retirement is essential to making sure you have financial security and a smooth transition into retirement. Okay, if you haven't used any of these, or if you plan on using one of these suggestions or planning tips here, let me know in the comments below. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, hit that like and subscribe button. That's the best way to support this channel. And until next time, I'm Jose Armenta. Take care.